Hi, this is Alex from AP Commerce, and in this video, I will talk about how the warehouse workers can use the wireless handheld speakers to be able to pick and put away using the scanners in the warehouse. And the goal of this module is to allow the integration between the back office and the warehouse people to communicate in a truly paperless environment. Now, before I continue, I will mention that the product I'm about to show you is on Dynamics NAV or Dynamics 365 Business Central. And the add-on I'm using is a product called Ace Warehousing from Lennon & Associates. There are 3 points I want to talk about in this video. One is using the outbound warehouse request to manage picks, and this is a primary function for the warehouse manager. The second point I want to talk about is actually using the wireless handhelds, and this would be for the users that are actually doing the picking and putaways. And lastly, I'll talk about using the warehouse scanners to move inventory between the bins within the particular warehouse. All right, let's get started. Now, the first thing I want to go to is the outbound warehouse request. Now, the purpose of this screen is to allow the warehouse manager to come in each day and figure out what needs to go out and assign it to particular warehouse personnel. So I'm going to go to the outbound warehouse requests. And you could default this for the warehouse manager. So on the screen, I see all the orders that are available to be shipped. That are all released and ready to go, and I see that there is a shipment date in here, so I know when order needs to go out and which orders can wait, so my warehouse picker has more time to pick them. The order people can also set priorities on the orders that are to be shipped. So if this order is ready to go, I am going to click on Create Pick. And what that will do is it will create a warehouse shipment and a warehouse pick. The warehouse shipment is essentially a grouping of items or the shipments that need to go out. And the picks is the individual picks that are related to my order. Okay. Now at this point, the warehouse manager does not need to go out and hunt the user down or the warehouse picker down. Because the pick information would have already communicated to each individual handheld devices. As a warehouse picker, I would go to this screen. This is the screen for the handheld. I'm using Hyperterminal to emulate the screen that's going to be seen on the wireless handhelds. Now you'll notice that there's not much graphics going on here, and the purpose for this is, typically in a warehouse environment, the Wi-Fi tend to be spotty, and the less data being transferred between the devices and NAV. So I am going to go to my picks, and I see that there is a pick outstanding for the order that's outstanding. I'm going to go into it. It'll tell me the particular bin code, the item number, the tote number, and how many I need to pick. So I'm going to go to the bin, and I am going to scan the bin code that should be labeled on your actual bin. And I'm going to scan the item number or the UPC number or any kind of cross-reference that you specify for the entity item. Now the tote number is something that connects the picker and the warehouse packer together. I am going to assign a tote number and unique barcode that you generate on your own or you buy at a local office supply store. If I put in 1,000 here, I am going to take this label and stick it onto the actual item. When the warehouse packer receives this item, all he or she needs to do is scan this tote number, and the system will automatically know that I am grabbing from this particular order and I'm grabbing from this particular item. So let's say I'm going to pick 3. Now the next item, GP004. Now, depending on the nature of the items, it could be a large item, like for example, furniture, or it could be a small item that you can fit in one package, for example, box small toys. If it's a different tote and requires different labels, you would put in a separate tote number on there and stick the appropriate barcode onto the package. If not, you could leave it as it is. In this case, since I am pretending that this is going to be a large item, I'm going to scan a different tote number. Now again, this tote number is for the warehouse packer to not need any additional info from the accounting office or the back office or order taking office or the warehouse picker. All they need to do is scan this tote number and the system will automatically know exactly what this item is and which order it's for. When I'm done, it's going to tell me that the document's completely handled. I'm going to push F3 and register the document, which essentially tells NAV that this is done. If I go back to the pic, I'll see that nothing is there. Continuing on, I'm going to talk about the putaways. So the putaways is basically after the item's receipt and you need to, in the receiving dock, and you're going to be putting the items from the receiving dock into the particular bins. When I receive the product, you don't need to, the users does not need to do anything. All they need to do is they can look at the outstanding putaways and they'll see that the number of receipts that was done for purchase orders. So they would take the item and put it in a particular bin code. So this case, and you could specify different bin codes if you wish. Let's say I'm going to put this item in GP002, and you will scan the item just to confirm and put the number of quantities that you want to put away. And again, push F3 and register doc. Then you're done. Lastly, I want to talk about moving items between one bin to another. A lot of times you need to move the items between bins because you're either running out of space or you're trying to reorganize your inventory. So to do this, I will click on the dynamic move and put away. And I will need to first select the bin that I want to move. So GP001 is the bin I want to pick from. So I'm there, I'm scanning the number. In this case, I scan this item 70,000 and I input the number of quantities that I want to move. So let's say I want to move 200 to another bin. So I'm scan 200 and you could continue scanning items in that particular bin. In this case, I'm done, so I'm going to push F3 and I'm going to push move to move items. Now I'm going to grab the items and put on my pallet trucks, move to the bin that I want to move the item to, and once I get there, I could scan the bin that I want to move it to, GP003. And that completes the process. So if I go back to NAV and I look at bin contents, I will see that for the go location, I have a couple of items in my GP003 for item 70,000. If I drill down in this quantity, you'll see that it's been moved. Alrighty, so that concludes my quick demonstration of the warehouse functions using the wireless handhelds. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below or contact us at www.apcommerce.com. Thank you. Have a nice day.